Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 13 Week 8 Day 6. So today, we're going to be finishing Bounty Hunter. Of course, yesterday we had the start of the Bounty Hunter event. Unfortunately, the troop itself is pretty useless. Unfortunately, you have to use it because it's the Bounty Captain for the week, so it does have the double multiplier for 12 times instead of 6 times, giving you a total of 30 times when used with 3 other maxed bounty troops. But yeah, we'll be finishing this out. We're pretty much more than halfway there as far as points are concerned, as I believe we need 250,000, and technically being as far as actually already further than that, as we're going to be getting more points per battle compared to how we were at the earlier stages. So it shouldn't take that much longer to end up finishing it out. And whatever spare time we have, we'll probably open up some vault keys and just go from there. Hey, someone on leaderboard's not even in a guild. That's funny. Wonder if they're just transitioning. Speaking of which, I believe we have a spot left in our guild right now. Have we filled that yet? We have not. So if anyone's still interested, we do still have a spot left still sitting there waiting. And we kind of need someone for that. Guild Wars is next week. So we kind of need to fill that by ideally before the end of tomorrow. So still got to get on that. But anyways, so first things first, let's go to Bounty. Actually, first things first, let's say hello to everyone. Hope all you guys have been having a wonderful weekend. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Bill. Hello, Roman. Hello, Imperial. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Akali. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Jonian. Hello, Bill. Hello, Renaus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's go finish out Bounty. I'll be doing it with the same team that we've been using the whole time. No need to really change it. It doesn't scale any higher. We're pretty much just running pretty standard Bounty at this point. Ogre Chagraki Corpse Mirror combo works for pretty much every Bounty out there. Hopefully we'll get some kind of new meta. I really want to see Skull Spam work for Bounty Hunter. You can kind of build a team now, but just not as efficient. But if we just get a few more options, it eventually will be. I'm really curious to see what the state of it will be once we finally end up getting so. But we're still a little ways away before we really have a proper Skull Bounty team. But it will eventually happen. Just need a few more options. Mostly just things that create skulls better. Like, we already have a few, but most of them are just kind of average. The other issue is the mana accumulation methods for them. Just aren't the greatest compared to some other means. No, the Drain Gem. I saw that coming too. I was considering taking it, but nope, he took it. Yeah, we still have to deal with those for 2 more weeks. Actually, technically 3. Well, it depends what you count it as. The rest of this week, next week, and the following week. So 2 weeks and 1 day. So yeah, pretty much 2 weeks. 2 weeks is about right. Hello, Ginky. Hello, NASA. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let's go kill this one out. He's the only real threat because he has score reduction. So I like taking him out of the picture. We can try for the blue. This thing has never landed. Come on. It still has never... You can even overwrite blues. Why? I still don't understand that. I wonder if they're ever going to change that. Because that would be a huge buff for all power gems. Oh, no! I thought we'd have a skull there. Because it's trying to go for the cascade thing. But anyways, why on earth do colored power gems overwrite themselves? Like, if you have blue gems on the board, and you create a blue power gem of any kind, it doesn't even have to be that one, any of them, it will overwrite your blue gems with that color. It's the main thing that made Rogue Spider so bad, the Night Spider thing, because they ended up making it so it went from, what, green to purple, or blue to purple. The blue-purple thing to the purple web gems. But the purple web gems overwrite the other purples already on the board, and it just makes it keep missing. I'm not sure if that's something they're ever going to change, or if it's supposed to be like that, or what. But it makes a lot of power gems way worse than they otherwise would be, especially the ones that require alignment. The one exception being wild cards, because wild cards it kind of doesn't matter for. It kind of makes sense that they can overwrite anything because they are everything. Like, for that one, it makes sense. For every other colored one, not so much. It also somewhat makes sense for the 4 colored ones, or the 2 colored ones. Like the fact that they can overwrite almost everything, because they already use multiple colors as well. Well, it doesn't make any sense why the single color ones can overwrite themselves. Or, you know, not specifically their own gem, but their own coloration they can overwrite. Not sure if they'll ever tweak that. It'll definitely be a buff to them in the future if they ever were to. And quite a few things would become viable that might not have already been. I was curious to see what power gem we get next season. I wonder if they're ever going to run out of ideas. There's definitely a lot of things you could do for them, that's for sure. And I personally like this most recent power gem. Not the best one. But it was a good mix between being useful and annoying. Like, it was almost at lycanthropy levels. No, nothing's ever as bad as Lycanthropy. But, like, it wasn't that bad. I feel like for some people it may have felt that bad. I didn't mind them as much, though. I say that now. We'll probably get decimated by it next Guild War. Especially with all the new Empower options we've gotten in the last few weeks. We got the Empower Spirit Gem. We just got Bane of Mercy this week. Also, don't forget, pick up Bane of Mercy if you haven't already. If you don't get her within today or tomorrow, you won't be able to get copies of her for about a month. So probably until, like, May. So definitely get on that if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure most people did that on day one. But if you still haven't gotten Bane of Mercy, make sure to get your copies of Bane of Mercy. Grind out a bunch of PvP or whatever you need to do to go get a little bit of glory. As it's highly advised to have her, particularly maxed if you can, but even just a copy is good. Should be pretty doable, only 300 glory. I feel like the scaling on that's pretty dated. Like, 300 glory is so easy to get in the current state of the game. At least compared to what it used to be. Glory way back when used to be capped, like how much you could get per day. Almost kind of like how seals are per week right now. But glory used to be like that, but like a per day limit kind of thing. Yeah, every kingdom has one of those 5-hour weapons. It's kind of unfortunate. Most of them aren't usable, luckily. Though a couple of them are very niche usable. They're all old meta weapons, so most of them don't tend to be that good. But as with most old meta things, some of them are, like, somewhat okay still. But most of them get pretty dated after several years. Especially since most of them are from, like, the real beginnings of the game. So, like, 8 years, 7 years ago. And most of them actually got nerfed, actually. Or a good number of them. Like, Crescendo got nerfed a couple times. Chalice got nerfed a couple times. That was a pretty big one. Pretty much all the extra turn ones ended up getting nerfed in the past. Because extra turn's just such a strong mechanic. We haven't been getting too many guarantee extra turn mechanics lately, though. At least compared to in the past. And that's the other thing I was mentioning, too, the other day. I've mentioned it a couple times now. But the meta for goblins hasn't changed in such a long time. But it's because they just haven't really been adding that many extra turn troops, or specifically just goblins with extra turn. Even some goblins lately have been having like a % chance to extra turn rather than guaranteed, which is kind of against it. Sing it. Cookie, cookie, cookie starts with C. What is that from? I'm not even sure how to sing it because I'm not sure what that's from. Oh, is that the Cookie Monster? No, I'm trying to think what that could possibly be from. When I hear it in my head, I hear it with a Cookie Monster. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's probably like the Cookie Monster from Sesame Street. Because when I hear those words in my brain, not when I say them, but when I hear them in my brain, I hear it with a Cookie Monster accent. Let's see. Actually, he probably doesn't even have the same voice actor anymore, does he? What does the Cookie Monster even sound like these days? Oh no, our first slot actually died for the first time this weekend. Luckily, it's 2 tanks, so it doesn't really matter. I do have enough damage, right? Yeah, as long as I take a skull. Actually, even if I don't take a skull, that was enough by 1. Alright, we don't really need that. We can poke on someone. I do need Brown if we can get it. I don't need the other thing. We'll just take a little bit of mana. We have our Explosion ready to go, so... won't need much follow-up. Yeah, we'll go for it. Go for that one. Oh, you needed the thing for Kingdom Stars? Yeah. That is one annoying thing as we keep going further. Is those 5-hour weapons might actually be required occasionally. I feel like for the most part they haven't been. But if you want to avoid upgrading a Doom weapon or some other annoying weapon, I think they have been needed occasionally. I never really noticed because we just have all of them maxed. It's actually one of the few things we do have full completion on. Since we're still trying to get that Diamantihina. We're still slightly short. So far. It took, what, 6 months? 6.5 months? Because we checked. It was last August when they added the Gem Dragons. It is now almost April. And we're just about to get them finished. As far as one copy anyways, I'll still need the second copy a little bit later. We won't have till next month. Early next month, but next month nonetheless. Since when was the Infinity... Oh, wait. Are the Infinity Plus 2 people doing a stream this Thursday? Also, yeah, when is it normally on a Thursday? Normally they do, like, Monday or Tuesday streams. Sometimes Wednesday streams, which is technically their Tuesday. But yeah, they normally don't do it on a Thursday. But yeah, are they actually streaming soon? They haven't streamed in, like, a year. Or it's at least felt like that long. I said hello, Lester. Welcome, welcome. Oh, what am I doing? I'm like trying to find win condition. There's just a skull sitting there. I was thinking like, oh, we have a 0 attack first slot, and then it's like, oh yeah, he actually can hit. Oh, something else that we got today, or I got today. It's different per person. Well, we got reverse 3 today. This is good because I need that for next Vault event, so we can go grind at it. Yeah. I got another set. How many does that bring us to? I don't think we have a lot. I wanted to grind more, but I wasn't able to earlier. Yeah, I have 22, which means I have 12 spears. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough for us to get 1,000, but I do want to try making the 1,000 push next Vault weekend, even if I have to dip below 10. I kind of want to go make the push for it and see what we could do. How many verses do you need for that again? It's about 20 per each. Yeah, we'll still need to grind a lot, even if we do that. Even if we use every single one of these. Oh, we still need to get so many. So why are these numbers so high compared to my lowest one? They're all like 40, 40, 50. And then this number is like, all the way into 20s. But yeah, how many would you need? Approximately 20 per thing. Not counting pity, 50. Yeah, we only have like half the verses needed. So we'd have to grind the other half, even if we went like all the way to like near 0 or literally 0. 28 verses? No, it's way more than 28. It is way, way more than 28. Though it depends exactly how many you're getting. I feel like on average like 20. Though if it's around 25-ish, it would take 40. But then you have to account for pity, which brings it down to like 38-ish or 37. But it's around 38 if you get on the luckier side. But it can take as many as like 45 to 50 or so. Anyways, what we're doing, let's finish up bounty. And then we'll go hand out a redeem code. And then we'll probably open some Volkies. What's hello, Gimli? Welcome, welcome. Try to finish up the grind for the weekend. As we're pretty much done with everything else. The weekly's been done. We should probably go double check just to make sure. We don't have any other event going on other than bounty right now. Oh, actually, that's not true. Kingdom Pass. If you haven't finished the Kingdom Pass today and tomorrow, or the last 2 days, you could do the Kingdom Pass. If you still haven't gotten all your rewards, make sure to get in those crowns. And if you're a little bit short, you might want to use gems to get those final rewards, especially if you already paid for the paid side. You haven't already finished it yet. As today and tomorrow, the last 2 days, you can get your crowns, which will give you 4 tiers. 10 crowns today, 10 crowns tomorrow. And whatever difference you don't have by then, you would have to gem for or money for. Ideally gem, because, gosh, it is so expensive to do it with money. It's basically $1 per skip, which is super expensive. I'm not sure why they made it so expensive. It's much better using 100 gems instead, if you had to do it. And then we clear it out with that. There we go. Oh, wait, never mind. Wait, I think that was enough damage. I'm thinking like Tagaraki damage. Because that thing doesn't get much boost ratio. It just gets boost ratio from the little bit of skulls it has. Oh yeah, we still haven't gotten these last 2 rewards. So I believe we finished out everything else, like reward event. It's been done for like a day or 2. You can tell because we haven't done our battles for a couple days. But actually, I think we might be dead last if Maximus did any. Yeah, you did. We are dead last. But hey, we got all the rewards. It's been done since like Wednesday or Thursday, so we haven't needed to. The main reason why I got done so early is someone from our guild actually went for a leaderboard. El Loco did. And Lucy went pretty high too. But 16,000 is 8th place. I think it might have been trying to go for 6, but or maybe not. It's hard to tell how many tiers they end up getting. He did better than other people about the same amount, if nothing else. He's in 8th right now. But anyways, let's go and finish out the... I keep clicking every wrong menu. We got Guild Wars next week too. Oh gosh. It's the last week Guild Wars has to deal with the mana drain gems as well. Though we'll still have to always deal with that one Empower mana drainer. That one Empower Spirit Gem Creator. Why on earth do I forget its name? Should probably remember it. We're going to be seeing a lot of it in Guild War over the next forever. As it's Empower mana drain turn 1, which is very strong. Because even after those gems go away, of course, anything that still has the effect will still be around. So we're going to have to deal with that. We're going to have to deal with the new Mythic that's coming out on Monday. Yeah, Inari, that's the one. We're going to have to deal with Inari. We're going to have to deal with Raven. And I think that's the only two. For the most part, we didn't really get too many things that use Spirit Gems that well. But Inari and Raven are really, really good at using Spirit Gems. They make up for, like, all the lack of anything else having Spirit Gems. Just how good those two options are. There's also, like, a few that were, like, okay on weapon. But I feel like the main two that are going to be used is Empower Inari and the Mythic that we're getting on Monday. So hello, Easy Breezy. Welcome, welcome. Also, hello, Supernova. Did Nurse say hi? Welcome, welcome. Hope all of you guys been enjoying your weekends. I'm a little sad I wasn't able to get to see family this weekend. They ended up getting sick on their trip, so they ended up, unfortunately not visiting. We'll be seeing them again, or I should say, for the first time. Not again. Well, you know, again as in we've seen them in the past, but you know what I mean. But, I guess we'll be able to see them probably around the summertime or so. Actually, now that I think about it, the last time I've ever even flown anywhere was like a year and a half ago for like a family trip. I have not gone anywhere in a while now. Also, thank you, Clip-On, for the continued support. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Thanks a ton. Also, first thought Valraven's actually pretty useful in this fight. The main reason being is there's no yellow blocker. So normally on a Bounty Hunter weekend, or really, honestly, any game mode where there are Valravens, or particularly Bounty Hunter because your damage output's is lower in Bounty Hunter compared to other modes. But it is, if the enemy has no yellows, it is actually best to see the Valraven in first slot, because it's easier to kill there. The main reason why you actually want to see Bounty Hunter, why you want to see the Valraven far down in Bounty Hunter, or really almost any mode where Valravens occur, is mostly because if they could be blocked by a yellow, they're pretty much never going to get full mana. But if the team already has no yellow, it is actually best for the Valraven to be in first slot in that circumstance, as it is way easier to kill since you can just always skull poke it. And it's particularly relevant for Bounty Hunter just due to the types of damage sources you have not being particularly good, at least compared to, you know, the average team you could build in any other mode. Because Bounty Hunter, like the teams you have to run for Bounty Hunter are like horrible compared to the average game mode what you have access to. Like, it's not the worst team in existence, but you know, you don't have that much flexibility. You do have some single shots, but it's not like a whole team of single shots. You have no way of really one-shotting unless you like potion up like crazy. I do not have a good destroy here. Normally you want like a vertical extra turn thingy. I could try for it right there, but if it misses, yeah, we give him extra turn skull, but the thing's already dead, so it barely even matters. Okay, so that is blocking us some. There's somehow enough damage. I keep forgetting, like, oh yeah, he does have damage. I keep thinking because he has 0 attack, it's like, oh, he'll hit for 0. But of course, he has a base attack of 0. That does not mean he has 0 attack. Two different things. He's getting 0 additional attack from any of his level ups or anything. But of course, he still has every other kingdom bonus and everything. Which honestly just goes to show how many stats there are in the game these days, compared to in the past. This thing has 0 attack and currently has 49 attack. That is a lot of kingdom stats and other stats variously throughout the game. Especially compared to in the past. Like, way, way back when the game first came out, we were dealing with single-digit numbers. Which is why I say he's base 0 attack. Because that's actually his stat if he had, like, no additional stats at all from anything else. But combining every single kingdom bonus, underworld bonus, every other thing. And somehow it's at 49. I gotta take that one over. Get our poke onto you. Honestly, this is probably the biggest threat. The only reason being he has 30% score reduction. He slows us down if we want to try poking. So I've been trying to prioritize him. You got on with 10 inches of snow? Oh gosh. I have not seen snow in a very long time. I miss snow. Snow is fun. There's nothing better than having a snow day when being a kid. It's like the best feeling ever. And it's weird because there are places where there were kids who have never experienced a snow day before. Which just seems strange to me. Like, when I was going through, like, middle school and high school, I didn't get to, because of where I was living. But when I was younger, like, there was a snow day, like, every single possible, winter. And I really hated it, because I actually went back to college in, New Jersey. And they didn't really have a thing such as snow days. So it could be, like, 1.5 feet of snow outside, and they'll still, like, expect you to come. They actually, almost got in a lawsuit because of that. Like, they were still, like, taking people's money and having, like, mandatory classes when there was over 1 foot of snow outside. And then the year after that, it's like they got a lot more lax with it. Because I think there were people who were, like, legitimately suing them or something. I'm not sure. But whatever it did, it scared them enough that they started canceling actually for snow days the following year. Because how strict it was the year prior. Well, even driving, you wouldn't have been able to get through it that well. Like, I did take the public transportation system, which made it even more annoying. But it's not like driving was much easier in that much snow. Though they do clear the roads pretty quick. Like, if it snowed 2 inches here, it would take them, like, it would be quicker for the sun to melt it than for the township to, like, get the snow out of the way. Like, it snows 1 foot in New Jersey, the roads will be cleared in, like, several hours, maybe less. Like, they'll be on it instantly. Like, I'm pretty sure the state doesn't even have equipment to remove snow. Like, if it just randomly goes 3 inches, those 3 inches will stay there until the sun takes it out. Like, they don't have snow plows, they don't have, I'm pretty sure most people don't even have, like, shoveling snows here. I mean, shoveling, what are they called? Those, like, really square shovels for doing snow. Do they have a proper name? They might not have a proper name. But snow shovels. Not sure if that's their proper name, but you guys know what I mean. Pretty sure most of you have seen them before, even if you don't have one. Because I know I don't own one here, because you never need one. But in New Jersey, you definitely need one, like, every year. Pretty much without fail. Oh, he drained my mana. I needed that mana. Watch, I'm gonna get all my mana back and he's gonna drain us again. Actually, I don't actually have to prioritize him here. He's currently stunned, so we could technically skull poke him. Because the whole issue of why I want to prioritize him is just because of his score reduction. If he stuns, then there's no score reduction to deal with. Oh, when you were a kid, you never got to see it snow? Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't know, it's such a part of my childhood. I could, like, never imagine it without it. There's so many fun activities you could do as a kid with snow, too. Like going onto ice skating, snowboarding. Those little circular little snow things that you can go on. Which is, I guess, is kind of under the category of snowboarding. Not sure exactly what you'd call it. Hockey on ice. Snowmen, throwing snowballs. A lot of things. I'll take that one down. Sleigh shovels? Did I just say sleigh shovels? It's a form of sledding, but with a saucer. Yeah, those things. Those are fun. There was a bridge near me, too, which was like a perfect slope for when it snowed with those things. Because it led into like a completely open field with nothing in it. But it was angled like just perfectly for, because it wasn't like a straight falling line. It was like a perfect diagonal for doing those little circular snowboard things. Yeah, that was a really fun location. There's a lot of locations around that was good for. There was also one that sloped down into a lake. But of course the lake was completely frozen. So you got like this gigantic slope and then you go like straight onto ice and then you just slide all the way across the ice. And then you stop the second you hit the snow on the other side of the bank. Because you just go down like a slope for several seconds. Then slide on ice for several more and then you just get completely stopped. And normally go overboard the second you hit the rim of the ice. Because you end up hitting straight into snow. As well as an upward slope again. Because it's like sloped on all sides. Going into the lake thingy. I remember it cracking too and a bunch of people fell into it. It was funny. I have definitely fallen into cold ice before. It's not that bad. Like, you definitely don't want to stay in it for a long duration. But, like, accidentally plopping into it's not that bad at all. It's just very absurdly cold. What do we take here? I'll take that one over and hope for a blue. We didn't get it, though. Are all my shirts blue? No, but I probably own like 5 different blue shirts. Maybe even 6. Maybe even 7. I'm not even sure what the count is. It's a lot. I own a lot of plain colored shirts. Like 90% of my wardrobe. Maybe even more than 90% these days. I've got rid of a couple of the older ones. From like a decade back. But, yeah, almost all my shirts are just plain colored solid shirts. And I like the color blue, so I have a bias in a higher quantity of them being blue compared to other colors. So what am I doing? My first thought keeps dying, and I have no clue how. I keep just talking and not even realizing it goes down like every time. When are we gonna wear an orange shirt? I do have a singular orange shirt. I can wear it tomorrow if I remember. Because I don't need it for any Guild War color day. Because the most Guild War color days I try to wear the corresponding color. But a few exceptions because of the green screen. For obvious reasons. Because we can't do green. Sometimes yellow's a little bit finicky with it too. As well as some browns. I'm just going to kill that one before he casts. A nice thing about not using our webcam is that you can just wear PJs. Honestly, I don't even bother getting dressed when I record most of my videos. Like, whatever I'm sleeping in is literally what I record in. Obviously, when we stream, we're fully clothed. But for almost every video I ever record, I don't ever bother to. There's just not a need to, unless I'm, like, planning to go out afterwards or something. Isabel. Hey, the Valraven replaced the most annoying one. That's pretty convenient. I was already going to kill that one first anyways. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to dirty more clothes. If on a given day I'm not planning on going out anywheres. Obviously I wear underwear and everything. And normally I wear like really casual sweatpants, which I'm actually wearing right now. Not when I'm sleeping, but normally when I'm like around the house and such. As well as this robe. Normally I'm not wearing a shirt when I wear this robe. But I'm normally wearing this robe. If I'm not streaming, I'm normally like literally just wearing the robe and pants. I really need to get a new one. I've had this for like 5 years now or something, and it keeps getting torn up. I find it to be very comfortable, which is why I like pretty much always wear it. I had a slipper phase when I was younger, where I would like always wear slippers. And now I'm in like robe phase, where I pretty much always wear a robe. One singular robe. It's not even multiple. It just gets washed like once every few weeks or so. I really need to get like a few so I can keep rotating them out. Normally I almost just use it as like a blanket for the chair. Just for extra padding on the chair. Which is why you don't see it on me, it's normally like a black like cover on the chair. Because it's just covering it. I only need a few more, then we'll go hand out a redeem code. And then we'll dip into our Volkeys a little bit further. Because I think we might just go all the way to 0. I am actually very tempted to almost go all the way to 0. Maybe not literally to 0, but it's a double-digit number for the first time in ever? Almost ever. Because we hit 100 pretty quickly when Volkeys first came out several years ago. Like, not super quickly, because the rate was like, you know, like a dozen or two per weekend at the time. But compared to the time, it was pretty quickly. For fun, could you run an easy poll for the next dungeon door? 1 and 2 are open. Wait, what do you mean by that? I'm not sure what you mean. You mean like poll every room number we should do? Because we will do that after we finish out the bounty here. I'm not sure exactly what you mean, though. Because after we do this, we'll go finish out dungeon, clear on the other daily, and then probably go on that Vault grinds. And finally hit pretty much 0 Volkeys for the first time in 4 years? Not this stream, but, you know, we're working towards it. And we're gonna try it. Come on. Get us the mana. You failed us. Good enough. Leave 69 Volkeys for luck. Now we can claim this one. Anything good in it? No. Not at all. Alright, final loot time. What is that? 3 more rounds? 6,000 each. 4 more rounds. Almost there. He's probably working on a perfect run and wants your stream to figure out what the final one is. Oh, what are your door options then? Is that what you're asking? Because I got slightly confused by what you were saying earlier. Yeah, are you at your final door and you want us to vote for your final door? Between the 3 options left? I must have misread that earlier. But yeah, that makes sense now. He said 1 and 2 are open. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we could do that. Okay, let's add door number. Start a Q&A, or start a poll. Wait, we haven't done a Q&A for a while, even though we always take questions like every stream. Door? Question mark. 4, or sorry, 3. I'm not used to having 3 as an option. 3, 4, 5, and 69 now. 6. Alright, we'll do a quick door poll. 3, 4, 5, 6. Go. If I had to guess, I would go with 5. 5 has been doing really good lately. Like, the win streak on 5 is absolutely insane lately. Oh, there we go. I think it buys the poll because 5 just took the lead. Well, I guess it helps because I can't actually place my own vote, so me biasing it slightly towards 5 is my vote. Because I actually can't vote on my own poll because I made the poll. Even though the poll isn't for our choice of door. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is about the RNG, but it definitely doesn't feel normal. Like, they said they fixed it, and I'm pretty sure they have not actually fixed it. It's just probably like a slightly different pattern than what it was before. Because I do feel like it has the highest bias for 5. Doesn't mean it's always 5. It sure seems to be 5 more than it's not 5. Or at least a higher percent relative to the other 2 doors. Yeah, it's definitely more random than it was, but it still feels like it has a bias. Before it was, like, really predictable. Math said it's mostly fixed. But did someone actually gather all the data to see? Because it does seem like it's mostly fixed, but still seems like it has like a slight bias in one way or another. Oh, no wonder why our first slot keeps dying. They have a skull crater. Not sure how I just noticed that on like the near final battle. But yeah, they have a skull crater that keeps creating skulls. As a skull crater would commonly do. Oh, don't heal. I needed that. Oh, he left it. I could have just taken the blue too, but we'll do it that way. Kill him out all the way. And we just have to deal with his last slot. Oh, I was like wondering, why are you doing so few explosions? I forgot. Boost ratio by its HP. Its HP keeps going down. So it has less HP to deal with. I'm just so used to it always having HP that when it doesn't, it throws me off. Ah, there we go. Was that our final or second to last? Oh, that was our second to last. Okay, let's go do our final. Hand out a code. And, yeah, it looks like the poll ended on 5. Let me just double check, let's see. The T shape is common. Yeah, it does feel like it is. Yeah, it looks like it's a toss-up between 5 and 6. Neither have a lead. Update poll to 346. For what? Or for the other vote? Is this the same vote or a different vote? Who's this for? Oh, he said 5 was steers? Oh no! I didn't see that. Wait, let me go reset it then. Well, if that's the case, then 6 won. Because 5 and 6 are tied right now. And the one that got the other amount of votes was 6. Because they're both tied, so it's basically 6 that was chosen. Am I not seeing his chat? Apparently not. Because I don't see it there. Oh, 5 was staircases. I see it now. 5 and 6 were pretty much just tied, so I would go with 6. Because I don't think it's going to change it too much if we repulled it with one single door change. Alright, he's going for the 6. Let's hope he gets it. So hopefully we get to do our own doors, too. We don't actually know yet. No, I forgot to change it to live chat this time. Honestly, I think I forget to do it like half the time. And if I do it to one chat, I sometimes forget to do it to the other one. There's actually 2 chats I have to change it to. One is the one I normally look at during the stream. And the other one's the one in my interface, which I don't check as often. But sometimes I check it more often. It really depends what we're doing. Or how I have my screen laid out. Oh, why'd I do that? I already had alignment if I wanted to go for it. Luckily cascaded perfectly. And there we go. Alright, Bounty Hunter is now complete. That didn't take long. Between the 2 days, I think that took like an hour and a half or so. Not bad. Not the quickest, not the slowest. And unfortunately, nothing particularly good. But we have gotten it fully completed. There we go. Okay, next order of business. Let's go do our own. Oh, it was 3. No! That's unfortunate. Actually, didn't 3 have the lowest amount of votes? 3 was in dead last. Honestly, the one in dead last always wins. Wait, does that mean you got top 3? See, that's why you always pick top 3. You never know when it's going to happen. That means it would have been a top 3. Speaking of which, let's go get our top 3. Go. Boom. Oh. Oh. I didn't even trigger the trap thingy. Unfortunate. Well, we don't get to guess our door. Oh, come on. Oh, no. We just got curse stunned. Luckily, it's stunned first, then curse. It's still kind of bad. That's unfortunate. I might as well... Voice of Orpheus? Yeah, we can still Voice of Orpheus past it. Because we're getting stunned first, then curse. We're not getting curse stunned. We're getting stun curse. There's a big difference between the two. Because as you can see, our Zolgoth and Voice of Orpheus are only cursed, not stunned. And the reason for that is the order in which it took place. Curse stun would have disabled both of them. But stun curse only curses them. As the stun takes place before the curse gets rid of the immune to stun. It's really annoying when it's the other way around, though. Because then we would have truly been stun curse. Wait, was that actually T-shape? Wait, did we just get T-shaped today? I wasn't even paying attention. That's not really T-shaped. That's like, I'm not sure what you would call that. That's like sideways L, kind of. Not really. Not sure what you would call this. It's almost like U-shaped. It's, oh no. It's very weirdly shaped. I'm not even sure what you would even call that name-wise. A little teapot. Let's see. We can try for blue off the sky. Didn't get it. Oh, come on. It got surrounded by blues. One more blue and that would have been a 5 times blue. Unfortunate. Oh, you know what? I'll get... Oh, no. Why'd I do that? I was going to say, let's get rid of the tanky one with 50% reduction. And then I just realized they're all tanky one with 50% reduction. Whoops. Technically 75% on the final one. That's the whole gimmick of this fight right now. It's a whole fight against high score reduction troops. They're all 50% with the Zolgoth being 75% reduction. That is the gimmick of this battle. Of course, most dungeon battles are really straightforward, but they do kind of all have a gimmick. It's a gimmick you can normally completely ignore, but they do indeed have a gimmick. Oh, that's a lot of red. Anyway, this Zolgoth, you, and that should just take them all out. There we go. Alright, dungeon's completed. Unfortunately, with no perfect. Which means we're still gonna have to wait till Tuesday to be able to do the new mythic. Technically, we could do it tomorrow night with a perfect, because we're gonna get 100 from when we do the extended pass. Oh, wait, but we're not getting all that 100 tomorrow, though, I don't think. So yeah, it's gonna be Wednesday or Tuesday. Really comes down to where we get the perfect or not. Because how far will we be? We're gonna be at we'd be 120 off, which means, yeah, we'd have 50 Dragonite, but not the other 50 when we buy the bigger pass thingy, which I'll make sure to do either tomorrow night or sometime by Monday night stream. Because I want to be able to cover the Mythic on tomorrow. Or sorry, not tomorrow, on Monday. The King of Ravens. I wonder if he'll be abbreviated as KOR. Because he's going to be really meta. So whenever anyone says KOR in chat, I need to remember it's King of Ravens. Because it's probably going to be what he's going to be called for the rest of time. I'm just going to call him Raven, most likely. I've already have been. Because what else in this game's, like, other than Valraven, what even has the word Raven in it that's even remotely relevant? Raven himself is awful, though his name is literally Raven. Valraven's probably the most common thing when you think of the word Raven. Where Raven is just obsolete, and how on earth do you have Raven in your name? Wait, where even is the, oh, Graven Seal. Really? That's funny. The reason why Raven comes up when searching for this thing is because its ability is called Graven Seal. Which has the word Raven in it, but with a G in front of it. That's funny. Obviously, it's like for the grave thing, but in being so, it actually has Raven in it. I never noticed that. I normally don't pay attention to what on earth the ability is called for any single troop, but you actually can look them up that way. If I could Devourer of Worlds, well, I did something wrong. Oh, maybe it's called Devourer. Devour the oh, it's Devour the World. So if I type in like Devour the W, it brings up Aberrath because it's searching for the name of the thing. Which also means if you type the word Devour, even though Aberrath does not have the mechanic Devour, as it's now known, because he was added way before the Devour mechanic ever existed, this ability. But which is actually weird that he doesn't get to Devour in any way, shape, or form. But he was added way before then. He used to be meta way back in the day. He was fun. But yeah, even though he doesn't have the Devour mechanic at all, just because the word Devour is in the name of his ability, it still gets searched when you try looking for it. Despite not actually having the mechanic. Anyways, let's go open a few Volkies. Let's open at least 20. Keep chipping them down. Oh yeah, I forgot. Did we have anything good on the thingy today? We do. Let me go grab. I still can't believe these are only 10 writs. What on earth made them do 10? To this day, I still don't understand why it's not like 50 or something. I believe I even mentioned it during the beta, because I was around during that time, still during the beta times. And that was one of many changes I mentioned that they should probably do. And they never did. So now we have one that is just like 10 writs. One thing we were able to get them to do, though, was not make it RNG. So, of course, everyone gets the exact same 3 offers every single day. But it was originally going to be random per person. Like, you know how your offers are now? Like these offers, these 3 daily offers that you have, that yours are 3 completely different ones. Those are different per person. But these were originally going to be different per person too, but they're actually the same per person. So we were able to get them to at least do that during the thing. So it's less RNG. So if everyone gets bad luck, or if one person gets bad luck, we all get bad luck. Or vice versa. If we all get something good, then everyone gets something good. Anyways, yeah, let me go ahead and the code. I forgot to do that earlier. I got sidetracked with the other poll. And then I did my own thingy. But there you guys go. There's the redeem code. Use on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Give same loot as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Alright, there you guys go. Enjoy. And tomorrow night we'll be able to go over all the weekly spoiler stuff. And Monday and Tuesday should be a lot of fun. Monday, we are going to be going over the new campaign mythic. And Tuesday, we are finally, hopefully, it might actually be Wednesday. I'm actually not sure if we'll have enough by then. But Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day it ends up ultimately falling on, we will finally be able to build Diamantina teams. Only 1, I don't have 2 yet. So we won't be able to build all the teams, but we'll be able to start building some of the teams, as many of them still only use 1. Though a lot of the super meta ones do use 2. But it really depends what piece of content in the game you're doing on if you would need 1 or 2. Like, obviously, something like Explorer 12 needs 2. But, you know, if you're, like, quick killing, if you're going for quick kill on Volkies, then that you only need 1 for. You don't need a second one in that situation. Anyways, speaking of which, let's go do some Volkies. with good old Phoenicia for one of the last few times we're ever going to do it. At least with her, anyways. Because we're going to have a replacement soon in a couple days. To the point where we might never use Phoenicia again. Maybe not ever, but you know. Like, our usage of Phoenicia is going to go down by like 98% in a few days. So, hello, Mr. Extreme. Welcome, welcome. I'll catch you later, Chad. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good rest of your weekends. Can't believe it's already Saturday. Gosh, this week has gone by so quick. Felt like yesterday was Wednesday. Oh, so it'll be so much nicer when we finally get to Diamantino going. And we'll be able to just one cast instead of having to worry about a double cast as well. As I do believe it consistently can one-shot. I haven't seen the teams for it yet, but mostly because I wanted to team build on my own initially. And then we'll look up the billion teams that are already out there. The only one I know is the Explore one, the double Diamantina Explorer version. I haven't actually looked up a single Diamantina team. Like any of the ones that only utilize one. But I'm aware of most things that can be done for it. I'll be able to mess around with that finally this week. After months upon months of not having it. Some people got it as early as like early December. And here we are like 4 months later. Or so 3 months later. And it did take a little bit longer than expected. It came out 6.5 months ago. I was expecting around December to February. It is now almost April and we're getting our first one. And it'll actually be April once we get the second. We're just not going to get any orbs tonight. That's unfortunate. We opened so many too. Between the major orb earlier, a few others through the keys. And the best we got so far is the singular ingot. Honestly, at this point, the word hey, finally! We got a lesser orb. Hey, at least we got something. The word ingot almost sounds like a slur. But at least we got away with one Orb of Glory, if nothing else. Which isn't bad. It's basically a whole Nisha. But it's a weird version of a Nisha. Like, an Orb of Glory is the only one of the 3 orbs I would say is technically worth less than a Nisha. Because a Orb of Glory is a Nisha that can only be used on the first level. A Nisha is a singular Nisha that can be used on any level. So until you get to Silver and Gold, only then are they technically better value than a Nisha. But the bronze ones are technically worth less value than a singular Nisha. Even though their effect is technically the same. It's just their use case is much worse. As there's a much smaller range as what it can be used for, comparatively. We're getting to the point where we will not actually need any more. By the end of this year, we will not need a singular additional forging scroll, most likely. Or forging orb, I mean. Nor any bronze glories. I'm pretty sure. Both of them should be pretty close, if not all the way there by the end of the year. Which would be the 1 year mark of the mechanic existing. Which I still find it weird that it's been such a short duration of time. It's definitely felt longer. Yeah, it hasn't even been like... It's been like 3 months. It came in like mid-December. Hey, a Valky in our Valky. Hey, Orb of Minions. Nice. Too bad you couldn't use that for major luck. But I'll still take a little smaller minion. If anything, of the smaller orbs, is one of the ones that tend to get a bit more value. Because you only need 3 of them to max. I guess there are a few other cases like that as well. Like orange orbs. But of course those have a lot less value, and you generally only use them on the last one to save Celestials. Or on the second one to save Arcanes if you still need Arcanes. But we've been way past the Arcane grind for quite some time at this point. Especially ever since they did the new glory change many years ago. Because now you can just buy Arcanes for 200 or 300 glory each. If it's any rarity other than Epic, they are 300 glory each. And if it is an Epic, they're 200 glory each. Because you get 2 in the bundle instead of 1. For example, this week, you can get all the green yellows you want, while also simultaneously getting Bane of Mercy, which is really good value. But you're also getting blue-yellow Arcanes for 200 glory each instead of 300. The pack itself is 400, but you're getting 2, so it's effectively 200 each. Which means Epics are generally the best ones to get if you're still in the point where you need Arcanes. Simply because of how many Arcanes you end up getting as a result from them. Like I said, at this point, this is pretty much the Spear Key we got earlier, and we'll end it on this one for tonight. And I will be back tomorrow night to continue with the grinds. And by that point, we would have finished pretty much everything. Oh, that's such a pitiful final key. So I'll have plenty of time to just grind the Vault keys, and hopefully get lucky. Also, we should be having a patch pretty soon, too. 6.9 patch should be coming pretty early in April. We don't have an official date yet, but it is right around the corner. Though I don't think it's going to be next week's Tuesday. That's a bit too early. But, excuse me, it is around the corner. Gosh, why do I have hiccups all of a sudden? Where's something I ate? I do have that happen occasionally, or just like randomly get hiccups. It's very rare, and when it normally happens, it's like only a few. And then it like goes away. It's really strange. Drinking some water would fix it. Oh, I don't have any water by me. I need to go get a water. But anyways, hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We'll be back same time as always tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have more codes, go over all the weekly stuff, and there are a few things going on next week. Mostly Guild Wars, but a few other things. If nothing else, a billion mythics technically next week that we'll be able to go and show, mostly at the beginning of the week. Oddly enough, we're not getting one on Friday because, of course, it's not the first Friday of the month, though there is one around the corner. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone.